Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Games Workshop announced a new miniature for the Black Templars, and of course today we have to talk about the new Crusade Ancient. Actually, this is a very special video for me because since I started here on YouTube, this is the first time that Games Workshop announces a new miniature for the Black Templars, and as you probably know, the Black Templars are my favorite Space Marine chapter. So, of course, I wanted to use this opportunity to share with all of you my first impressions and opinions about this new miniature. And with that being said, this is just my opinion, so of course I invite you to let me know in the comments what you think about this new Crusade Ancient. First of all, I have to say that I like a lot the pose of this miniature. It's very important for me to have characters with poses that I like, and in this case, I love what they did with this Ancient. I like that he's actively showing the banner to the enemies, and he has in the other hand a sword, as it should be for a Black Templar, and he's like ready for battle. It's like a nice action pose for an Ancient. Especially if we compare this miniature with other regular Space Marine Ancients, like for example the regular Space Marine Ancient, or the Blade Guard Veteran Ancient, or even the Company Heroes Ancient. So yes, this is something that I like a lot about this new Crusade Ancient. Now I would like to talk a little bit more about the armor by itself and all the details, and after that we can focus on the banner. Regarding the armor, we can see that it's almost exactly the same type of armor that a Sword Brother of the Black Templars is wearing, and for me that's not a bad thing. Because to me, this miniature has Black Templar personality. When I look at him, I can clearly say this is not a generic Space Marine, this is clearly a Black Templar, because I can recognize all these elements of the Black Templars. Almost the same power armor as a regular Sword Brother, the sword is the same type of sword that the Sword Brothers are using, and of course we also have extra details like for example the chains. But of course, it's similar, it's almost the same, but it's not the same, so let's take a look now at the unique details of this Ancient. First of all, the neck armor is different, or at least slightly different, because the front part is quite similar to the rest of the Sword Brethren, but on the sides this Ancient has like more upper part of the armor, it seems a little bit more protected, so small details, I think that it's noticeable and I have to mention it. Especially because I think that these upper sides of the armor suit very nicely that new helmet, and obviously now we need to talk about the helmet. If we don't have in mind the banner yet, this is the most unique element of this Ancient. There's no other Black Templar with a helmet like this one. There is a similar helmet in the Black Templar upgrades, but it's just that, it's similar, they have a similar shape, they have a similar vibe, but they are different. And for me, that makes this character much more interesting and unique. As I said, there's no other Black Templar with a helmet like this one, and that makes this helmet to feel unique, more ancient. And aside from that, when I look at this one, it's like this is looking like a Crusader's helmet. It feels very historical, it feels very ancient, and it's actually one of the things that I like the most about this miniature. This miniature has all the Black Templar vibe and personality, and to me that's great. Then, to finish with the miniature, we can talk about the shoulder pads, because in this image we can see clearly one of them. It seems like we have a shoulder pad on top of a shoulder pad. It's a little bit weird, but it looks good on him, so I'm not going to complain. This is something very similar to what the Black Templar Marshal has. As I said previously, this miniature has the Black Templar personality. We can see a lot of elements that remind us to the Black Templars or other Black Templar miniatures that already exist, so I'm happy about that, and I like these shoulder pads as well. And now we need to talk about that banner. Let's start with the skull on top, because it looks great, and also I remember that when it was published in Warhammer Community in this rumor engine, they showed that skull, and everyone knew that was going to be a Black Templar miniature, because as I said previously, this miniature has all the Black Templar personality, and actually there's another miniature in the Black Templar range that has a skull like that on top, and it's the High Marshal Hellbreath as well. So there's a lot of consistency within the army, that's great. Regarding the banner, I like the choice of having these two small parts divided, because it feels a little bit more unique than the rest of the banners that we can see in the Space Marines. So, as I said, it feels a little bit more unique, that's always nice. I like the combination of different elements, it's not just a big flag, no, we have like two flag parts, then we have two parts that we can kind of write on them like purity seals, so they also look very nice. And then we have like this nice centerpiece on the banner. I have to say that for me it's like very eye-catching, and actually, to be honest, the most important part of an Ancient in the Space Marines is the banner itself, because it's what we are going to be looking at. And here it seems that we're going to have the only choice when assembling this miniature, the centerpiece of the banner, and we are going to be able to choose with either an orc skull with the sign of Armageddon. Very lore accurate. This is like a very important part of the Black Templar lore in one miniature, which is awesome. I really like this kind of things. It's like, okay, this miniature represents the lore of the Black Templars, it's awesome. It is also very fun and simple to paint compared with the other option, that is going to be a shield, and then we're going to be able to add there our own heraldry or crusade symbols or whatever we want, because we are going to be able to customize it in our way, which is great as well, because we have both options. We can have something more simple and lore accurate, like strict to the Black Templar lore, or we can make something more unique that is going to be a little more complicated, because we will have to make our own thing. When I look at those two choices, what I think, and the best part for me, is that regardless of what we choose, I'm 100% sure that the leftover bit, it's going to look awesome into some vehicle or some other miniature, and it will look much more Black Templar. Aside from this new miniature, Games Workshop also confirmed the new Codex supplement for the Black Templars with 3 new detachments, and aside from that there's not much new information about it, so I will be waiting for more. And this is it, these are my first impressions about the new Crusade Ancient, and again I invite you to let me know in the comments what you think about this new miniature. I'm very happy with this new miniature, I like it a lot. I think it's a very cool looking character, and for sure once it's released I will try to get it as soon as possible. I would like to make a lot of fun things with this miniature. I would like to share an unboxing, I would like to assemble this miniature with all of you, and of course I would like to try my best painting this new miniature. Since I saw the Black Templars on the roadmap, like they were coming very soon, I was trying my best not to get new things, because with the arrival of the Black Templars in the 10th edition I wanted to start a new proper crusade, so this is the perfect opportunity for me, and I'm happy that I was waiting for them so much. So yes, once this miniature is out we are going to have a lot of fun with this one. And actually I'm also very happy about the range of the Black Templars right now, because it was very good previously. We have like a lot of different characters, we also have nice unique units, and now we also have a nice cool looking Crusade Ancient. And what else can I say about this miniature? I like it a lot, the pose is super cool, and basically the only thing that I have to do right now is to start thinking about how I want to paint that banner. And with all of that being said, this is it, this is the end of the video. So of course, as always, if you are still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.